Just a quick reminder that I personally am not a vet, and before proceeding with any of these exercises, please consult your vet to make sure that it'll be safe for your dog.
So I recently noticed that my older dog, Ziggy, was having trouble jumping up onto the couch and the bed. It wasn't anything super dramatic or anything, but I just noticed that he was struggling a little bit. So I decided to take him to physical therapy, and it turns out he just has some really tight muscles in his back. And I had asked them if the exercises and homework we were given could be applied to my other two younger dogs as well, and if it would benefit them. And they told me that all of these stretches and exercises are really helpful to prevent muscles from getting too tight and prevent injury as well. So I thought it would be a good idea to share some of the exercises we were given, because not only will they be good for your dog physically, but they're fun exercises to do with your dog anyway, to help provide some mental stimulation as well by teaching them some of these new exercises. So let's get into it.
Okay, so the first exercise is side stretches. So you can see that I am luring his nose to his hip, and I am helping stabilize his hip with my opposite hand so that he is able to lean in and get that nice stretch. Next, we have our balancing exercises on an unstable surface. I'm here using the Canine fit bone, but you can use one on Amazon as well that's made for humans. You just want to make sure they have the little bumps on the surface so that it provides the benefit of getting that acupressure for your dog on their paws as well. For this exercise, you can lure your dog onto the unstable surface, and you can see his hips are getting that nice extension for that nice stretch. By lifting the treat high, you'll encourage your dog to extend through the hips for a nice stretch. Because the surface is unstable, it really encourages your dog to use their core muscles. If you feel like this is too hard for your dog, something that can really help, so Dodger was struggling here, so I put my foot over the Canine fit bone. That way it wouldn't wobble as he jumped up, and then let go once he was on there to build his confidence. Now, if you want a little bit extra acupressure to desensitize them to weird textures on their paw, the other side of the Canine fit bone has these bigger bumps on the actual surface, which is going to feel more intense for your dog. I would never start on the more intense side. We want our dogs to enjoy this training, and if we start off too intense, they may be too scared to keep going. At the same time, we want to make sure they never fall and they never get scared. The variation on this exercise is combining the first two, so doing a cookie stretch on the Canine fit bone. You can see that it's still a little bit hard for Ziggy, so I'm never pushing him past being able to do it. You'll see that he is letting go a few times here, so I end up giving him a treat and rewarding him for that. If you notice your dog starting to get frustrated, be sure to reward them for any approximation of the exercise to keep their motivation up. And see, Kona here is really scared, so I just reward her for approaching the object. Next, we have Hind and awareness, and this one is really important for building confidence in our dogs. So I love building Hind and awareness through using this around the world exercise. It's by no means the only way to do it, but this is a fun one. So essentially, you have your dog go paws up on the platform, and then you want to walk in both directions. You can see that clockwise is much harder for Ziggy than counterclockwise. Just like people, dogs have a favorite side, so we want to make sure that they become very good at both sides. This can prevent injury from overuse of one side over the other, so definitely pay attention to what your dog's favorite side is. Now, this works great for big dogs too, just because big dogs tend to have less hind end awareness. And so this is Dodger. He's a relatively young dog, but you can tell he's still kind of awkward with his walking. So even though he has no injuries, this is a great way to help your healthy dogs learn how to move in their own body and prevent future injuries. You can see here that Dodger is starting to get tired, so he keeps hopping off of the platform. So this is a sign that he's starting to get tired, and it's important that we respect our dogs once they do start to get tired. Next, we have one of my favorites, which is canine massage or dog massage to help loosen up those tight muscles. For massage, I really recommend picking up the book Canine Massage in Plain English. I'll leave a link to this below, but I am not a licensed massage therapist who is certified to massage dogs, and most likely you are not either. So if you're not, I really recommend picking up a book so you know where the sensitive areas are and how to take it slow. In general, the soft, gentle pressure is going to be best, especially because we want to prevent causing more injury to our dogs. We want to allow our dogs the opportunity to leave if needed, so they can let you know if it's too much. Most dogs love the shoulder area because they're really tight there. And of course, we want to use caution in areas like under the belly where there are a lot of organs. And of course, if you like, you can start to add in some basic paw stretches, hip stretches, which you can read more about. When it comes to stretching though, this is something that you may want to talk to with a canine physical therapist just because you don't want to hurt your dog. So let's talk about heat therapy. Now, full disclosure, Tech sent me these heating pads to try out and I love them, but you absolutely do not have to use them. Some general benefits of heat therapy is that it increases blood flow to the area and it stimulates joint fluid to be produced, which can act as a lubricant for joints and just helps loosen up stiff joints in general. But Tech heating pads specifically use infrared heat and graphene material, which really allows the heat to be distributed evenly, which prevents overheating, and you don't have to think as much about heating pads being too hot or anything like that. The preset heating settings make it just super easy to put on your dog and help them relax and recover. Okay, so that's it for today, everyone. Just a reminder before you try any of these, it's always a good idea to check with your vet whether these exercises would be appropriate for your dog. All right, and that's it for today, everyone. Bye for now.